Welcome to the Electoral Commission of Queensland's webinar about real-time disclosures for third parties. Anyone who is involved in the local government elections does need to understand the real-time disclosure obligations, and that's why we have this one for you. Okay, what is a third party? Third parties, it's a very broad definition. They are individuals or entities who participate in elections by either making gifts to other participants, giving money to a counselor's campaign, for instance, giving money to a political party, or conducting campaign activities of their own, such as putting up signs to vote for certain candidates because of their position on an issue. So, third parties, they, along with candidates and political parties, are required to disclose any gifts received or electoral expenditure incurred in real time throughout the campaign. Real-time disclosure is one way the integrity and transparency of campaign funding is ensured, and this is why third parties have specific rules about when they must disclose money used for political expenditure or money that they've received. All disclosures are made by lodging returns with the ecq through the electronic disclosure system. So, what gifts need to be disclosed? For third parties, the gifts that they have to disclose must meet three conditions. The gift is $500 or more, and you'll see under the dot points there, that $500 threshold applies both to a single gift or to cumulative amounts if multiple gifts are received from the same donor. So if you get 10 gifts of $50 at a time, that's your $500. The source for, now the second condition is the source of the gift intended for that gift to be used for political expenditure. So if someone gives you $50 for gas, not a gift that needs to be disclosed. And the third is all or part of the gift is used to pay or reimburse political expenditure. So you get the gift, $600. The source of it says, yes, I want you to use this to talk about how much we believe in horses' rights, and you use $300 of it to put up signs about horses' rights. That gift needs to be disclosed. Now, political expenditure is kind of a weird word, and it's really weird, two words actually, and it's really only used around third parties. What political expenditure includes is electoral expenditure, money spent on political advertising, money spent to sway people to vote one way or another. A gift to a candidate, a group of candidates, or registered political party. I like your position and I'm going to give you money so you can go out and tell more people to vote for you. And third, a gift to a person on the understanding that that money or service will be used for electoral expenditure or as a gift to a political participant. It's kind of a wide definition, but if you think of it as those three things, it's a little bit easier. Now, electoral expenditure, when you are using your money to go out and try to convince people to vote one way or another. When does that need to be disclosed? If you're a registered third party and you incur $500 or more in electoral expenditure, you have to lodge a return with the ecq within 7 business days. Electoral expenditure is cumulative. So once that $500 threshold is reached, all previous and future expenditure must be disclosed. So if you get up to $500 with 50 little deposits of expenditure, all of those little deposits have to be disclosed when that $500 expenditure is reached, and anything you use in the future. We covered this briefly in the previous slide, but what is the time frame for real-time disclosure? All real-time disclosure has to occur within 7 business days of incurring electoral expenditure. If someone is giving you a gift as a third party, real-time disclosure also must take place within that 7 business days, but it's within 7 business days of using the gift for political expenditure. If you only use part of the gift, the entire gift must still be disclosed. And again, you lodge that return through the electronic disclosure system, and it does become visible to the public upon that, entering the return. So let's look at one fairly simple example. Your nonprofit organization gets $300 from Bob. He later gives you $150 and $90. The organization uses 350 of those monetary gifts to publish an advertisement supporting a candidate. Now, since the gifts, 1, reach the $500 threshold, and 2, part of the gift has been used for political expenditure, the organization must lodge returns within 7 business days of using the gift. The returns are going to need to detail all 3 of those gifts from Bob, and if Bob gives you additional gifts in the future, a return must be lodged for those as well. Example 2, our friend Hamish, who's an individual, he receives a gift of $500 from an organization, and he uses that $500 to print flyers advocating for a political party. Hamish will want to lodge a return for the gift, but he also will need to submit a return disclosing that electoral expenditure incurred when he printed the flyers. If he incurs additional electoral expenditure during the election, he'll also need to submit returns for that. We do have another webinar called When is Electoral Expenditure Incurred that I'm going to encourage you to check out here because that is a bit of a tricky subject sometimes. Where can you get more information? We've published a comprehensive range of fact sheets about third-party obligations on our website, and this is where we're going to recommend you go next for more comprehensive information in this 5-7 minutes. The specific fact sheets we've touched on today are the ones you see on your screen here, and you can go directly to our fact sheet page at ecq.qld.gov.au/fact sheets. If I've used any terms today that you're not sure about, again, go to that fact sheet page and that'll have some more information about those terms there. Now, after the election, a lot of people feel like I voted, it's over. Third parties, they still need to lodge an election summary return in EDS. The election summary return is going to include all gifts received, even those that didn't meet the $500 threshold, all gifts the third party has made to parties, candidates, or groups, even those that didn't meet the $500 threshold, and all electoral expenditure incurred. Be sure to keep all records about your gifts and loans and expenditures for 5 years. Again, check out our website for more information. Go straight to the legislation on the Queensland's legislation page, or contact us at the Funding, Disclosure, and Compliance team of the ecq. Our email's there on the screen, as is our telephone number. And do remember, we only can provide general advice. If you have any doubt regarding your obligations, please seek independent legal advice. Have a nice day.